Hi, I'm Justin Antoine of Antoine Efficiency Skating. Today we're going to discuss the evolution of the forward stride from the traditional power skating to the Antoine way of skating. The main component of the forward stride that we're going to talk about today has to do with stride length. Within stride length, there's a few main areas: direction of the push, weight placement, transfer of weight, and recovery. When talking about the direction of the push, traditional skating emphasizes that the player pushes out on a back angle, even going as far to say they should have a straight line from the toe to the head. Many instructors will have their player stretch that leg out to get that body position. The one main factor that is missed here is what the blade is doing in contact with the ice. The first inefficiency with training this player to get in this body position has to do with the toe slipping. As the player extends through the push, the weight rolls off the end of the toe, producing a loss of power. For the player to overcome the toe slip, the player will turn the toe out to push against the edge. But this creates another inefficiency. As the toe turns out, the glide through the push starts to go away from the center line at a much quicker speed, shortening the stride length. This is a quick demonstration to show that the more the toe opens, the shorter the stride gets. As the toe opens and the player pushes out, it starts to glide and push away from the center line at a very quick rate, making the stride length this long. By pushing to the side, like we do at Antoine skating, the toe doesn't open as much, taking more advantage of the glide through the push. Now, in talking about weight placement, traditional skating has the player load on the ball of the foot, just like sprinters do. The difference being, though, a sprinter's shoe that comes in contact with the ground is static when it touches. The skate blade in contact with the ice still glides. By having the weight closer to the toe of the blade results in a shorter transfer of weight along the blade. By starting the weight at the ball of the foot, what happens is the weight transfer along the blade is much shorter. As the player extends the leg, the weight gets to the toe before the leg is at full extension. At Antoine skating, we make sure the player starts the push just in front of the heel, so there's a longer weight transfer as the player pushes through the glutes, the thighs, the calf muscle, and ending at the toe. When discussing weight transfer of the stride, traditional power skating usually overlooks this important factor. Many instructors teach the players to lean on one leg and push with the other. The player is not being taught proper weight transfer. This is like teaching a boxer to lean back as they throw the punch. Yes, the arm extends, but there's no power behind it. At Antoine skating, we make sure the player learns and understands the importance of weight transfer and loading the leg. The player is taught that the body weight is over top of the pushing leg, pushing against the edge, and the other one doesn't take over until that pushing leg is complete. Recovery is another aspect of the forward stride that is usually overlooked with traditional power skating. With their focus being so much on getting the leg to push as far away from the body as possible, they forget to discuss where the push should actually start. A common theme that I see in many of today's hockey skaters, as they skate up the ice, their feet start wide, what I call wide tracking, and push out. If the recovery only ever comes in to shoulder width, the push is going to be short. Think of a boxer. If a boxer starts his punch here, as he throws out, it's never going to be as strong as if they start it back here. So at Antoine skating, we make sure that the player always starts the push underneath the body, having full load of that pushing leg, and the stride will become stronger and much longer. When you learn the Antoine way of skating, inefficiencies are eliminated, power is maximized, and speed is brought to a whole new level. Please check out my web and blog for further updates on the evolution of hockey skating.